I don't know. What do you think about women and men's jobs?
Um,
Because obviously you think the women vacuum and men go to work.
that was back in like the 70s and 80s. Okay. But yeah, I mean, I don't know. I think that, physically there are stuff that women can't do that men can do.
Well, now you're talking like the extreme. Like now, if you take like athletes, which
Yeah.
are like, they train to be the top of their industry there.
Yeah.
There is a clear difference between men and women. Okay.
Yeah.
You sitting on a computer next to John Smith, there ain't no difference of your.
Right.
I'm sorry, that's where the difference is.
Yeah.
For average people, there's no difference.
I mean, I think for the most part, I mean, women can do pretty much anything a man can do. I mean, there's some stuff that's, that can't, but I mean, for the most part,
Right.
I mean, you have, like people the linemen that work for the power companies.
Right.
There's women out there that do that.
Right. And I would like to see more women actually getting on into those jobs.
Yeah.
Generally, women don't go for those. Like, what was that TV show? The Deadliest Catch, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. How many women did you see on that boat?
Like none.
Why?
Because it's
Equal
probably
opportunity.
like a shitty job.
Right. And men and the men were doing it.
Yeah.
So where were the women?
They probably didn't want to do it.
Okay. Now that brings us to the point of you can't sit there and say, "Oh, well, we have this job, so we have to have half women, half men." You can't do that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because otherwise there's some jobs. I will tell you, now you'll see more and more in like trash pickup and things like that.
Yeah.
But that's mostly men that are, riding on the back of the truck and doing that mainly because I'm sorry, guys, we're kind of stupid and we like to do stupid things.
Well, and it's like all like automated now. They have the little thing they do from inside.
Well, now that's where it was interesting where with that, there was a requirement. So if you went to work for like waste management, there was a test. There's a physical test you had to do.
Oh, okay.
And I want to say it was like lift a like 100-pound bag or something like that. And you had to lift it so high, or I don't remember exactly what the requirements were.
Yeah.
But as long as you met the requirements, they didn't care what was between your legs.
That's good.
So now I like that. I like that kind of opportunity. Now, what if we go now? I'm from California.
Okay.
Now, the California Highway Patrol at one point had a height requirement. I don't know if they still do, but they had a height requirement.
Okay.
No dwarves on the CHP. What? It was true. They don't meet the height requirement.
Well, right, because isn't that like...
They had to be able to shoot over the car. Do you know that?
Okay. Well, I mean, that kind of makes sense.
Okay.
I mean, and are they...
Dwarfism is a disability.
Yeah. But I think that would be something that physically that would be harder for them to do.
So they're allowed to discriminate then.
Well, I mean, not... Okay, that was wrong. I said that wrong. But,
Sorry, Brad, Brad Williams cannot be a CHP
Yeah.
officer.
I mean, it's one of those like physically demanding jobs that unfortunately sometimes there's things that can't be helped.
Okay. I agree. So I will tell you, if a person came in and I was hiring a person to be, a typewriter operator.
Yeah.
And she had no arms. I mean,
Well, you kind of have
What
to
if she can type with her feet?
well, I mean, okay.
There are some people that can
yeah.
write or
You're
or
100%
write with
sure.
their feet.
Yeah.
I mean, they have they'll put the, like the pen or the pencil between their toes and they can write with their feet.
Yeah.
I mean, I know somebody that can do that. So
Yep.